on their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So for the Lakers right now, they've got Ingram, Mayo out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then there's the captain, and it's the Prophet in at the 5. Well, you look at Brandon Ingram, and certainly a great body for the game of basketball. But, guys, it's his skill that really completes the package, wouldn't you say?
Oh, no doubt about it. Shot over 40% from three-point range at Duke. He can handle and pass like a guard. One concern, though, he did shoot under 70% from the free throw line, and great shooters usually do better than that.
Hey, leaving Paul George loose at the three-point line is a big mistake. He's good behind the arc. He actually is one of the better three-point shooters in the league.
Now, here is Russell. Playing Oklahoma City, he was nearly unstoppable. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. And just about a minute into the first quarter. George with the ball. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Chicago.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring, and setting up his teammates.
Young's shot is off. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's the Prophet, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
You never pass for the sake of passing. You wait until the defense commits. Russell does that, finds the open man nicely.
Now here's Ellis. He's coming off a 19-point game against Chicago.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor. Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
We call that a high percentage shot, and when he's the guy taking it, I'd even say it's automatic.
He gets that one.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Outside, George. Screen by Young. Jefferson setting the pick for George. Over in the corner, Ellis. The offensive rebound. Al Jefferson again. Jefferson's got his second bucket tonight.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Now, here is Russell. Just 5 to shoot. It's stolen by T. In the corner, George with it. Over to the wing. Screen by Jefferson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ring shot on the way. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. This their first chance this season playing the Pacers.
And in a conference game here, just a 2-game season series.
Yeah, you know, you want to make every game count. Take care of business and give yourself a chance to sweep.
Here's Teague after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. Young sets a screen for Teague. Outside, George. That doesn't go either for George. The Lakers trail. Ingram wide open. Chance there to take the lead, missing. The Pacers have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. T kicks to Ellis. Down low. Here's Jefferson. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building, and there's no question it was their offense that carried them.
I love the way they went and got this game, Greg. I mean, they attacked at every opportunity, never relaxed or sat back, and as a result, they eventually pulled away.
Now, here is Russell. Following the miss by Al Jefferson. Mayo, he drains it from the right block. Mayo's got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, Mayo knows how to get the job done in the paint. Shot blockers don't bother him at all inside.
Mayo against Ellis. Screen by Jefferson. Young from outside. Tries again. Got a piece of it. Ingram passes to Russell. Ingram setting a pick for Russell. There's the dish to Mayo. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Mayo's got his second bucket.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
And it's in there.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
And, you know, you think about the Lakers fan base of 16 million. This team is a national phenomenon. They're one of the most popular teams in the country in any sport. Estimated to be the second most valuable franchise in the league after the New York Knicks.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Lakers.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And even with the Lakers struggling to win games, you can bet whenever a big-name free agent hits the market, Lakers can almost always get a meeting.
Yeah, typically they're going to be in that discussion, and they keep their checkbook open just for that reason. I mean, the lure of the big market, the bright lights of L.A., endorsement opportunities, it all holds a certain allure in this day and age.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
He kicks it to Ellis. Screen by Jefferson. Feeds it to Young. But they recover it. Teague kicks to Ellis. Teague dishes to Young. Knocks it loose. And here's Mayo for three. Los Angeles with another miss. Indiana's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. From deep, George Jefferson. It's good on the putback.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Turner's checked in for the Pacers. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Pacers.
And this is the #1 ranked team in the conference, and for good reason. You can see the way they utilize a variety of areas of the floor for their scoring, and it's a well-designed recipe that they rely on. For all the other defenses out there, make note of this shot chart.
Here is Russell after Al Jefferson's score. It's Mayo on the wing. He's guarded by Ellis. Here's the Prophet. Sinks the triple. The Prophet's got 7 points. Indiana trailing here. Teague with the ball. Now guarded by Ingram. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Indiana making a change here. Miles is checked in. The Lakers also changing it up. Collins comes in for Ingram. And Silks subbed in for O.J. Mayo. Now here's Miles. D right on him. Screen by Ellis. Miles the pass to Ellis. 6 on the shot clock. He dishes it to Turner. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Now we'll go to David Aldridge. Had a chance to talk with head coach Luke Walton. D.A.?
Well, Kevin, the crucial aspect in his mind is making things tough for them inside. He said they're a physical team, and they bring a lot of intensity. If we don't respond when they push us, we'll just get bullied all game. They're going to get down in the paint tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks, David. And here are the Pacers now, trailing by 2.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds, and they look strong here in the early going.
Now, here's Miles. Brooks dishes to Ellis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot on the wing. Ellis can't get that one to fall either. Lakers have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Here's Cobb, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. And now a 4-point Los Angeles lead. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Brooks. Rebounded by Hassel.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
Passes to the Prophet. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Shot by Collins, no good. The Pacers shooting only around 32% so far in this one. The offense looking a bit off kilter.
Well, you know, C.J. Miles was drafted right out of high school back in 2005 and has over a decade in the league now and really in his prime as an NBA player. He's a quality swing man, can give you good minutes whether he's starting or coming off the bench.
Ball stolen. Ohio. Brooks covering. The pass to Hassel. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Allen, that's good.
And just taking his time, carving out space, looking for the shot that he wants. That's all about work ethic and tenacity from Allen.
And so it's the Lakers with it. They lead by 4. Here's Collins. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Brooks outside. No good. Shot missing. And the Lakers take it the other way. Pass to Collins. Shoots the 3. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Now here's Brooks. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Bulls in Chicago.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring, and setting up his teammates.
This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. Number 1, the Pacers.
Yeah, I mean, the best in the league at forcing those miscues and then capitalizing at the other end. Their defense led to their offense.
And the first one at the line is good. The Pacers last season improved their offense and keeping their defense steady.
And you know, Kevin, it was interesting because of the change in style. There was an expectation that the Pacers would make a bigger jump in the offensive numbers, and didn't quite happen that way. The defense stayed about the same, and the offense didn't make as big a jump as was anticipated.
So he gets them both. Pacers trail by 8. Ellis outside. Lets the 3 fly. Brooks can't get that one to fall. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 13-4 run right now. That pushes it to double digits. Collins has got his second basket.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Now, here's Miles. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter, and that's an understatement.
Kicks to Collins. Here's Hassel, defended by Allen. Here's Collins. The Lakers rebound. 1:10 left in the first. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
And looking now at the numbers for Ellis, how he did last season. Last year averaged 14 points per game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, points, you got to have them. I mean, they do keep score. That's what makes him really valuable in that second unit, points.
Now here's Brooks. In the corner, Miles with it. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Lakers leading by 10. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Collins. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Collins has got his 3rd bucket of the night. Here's Brooks. To the wing right side. Here's Miles. Kicks it out to Ellis. Now Brooks. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. From deep. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And for the Lakers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter.
And that kind of awareness from George is really exceptional, catching the defense flat-footed by rising up immediately on the catch.
Ingram kicks to Russell. The 11-footer hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Russell's got the lead up to 12 now for the Lakers. Inside, here's Young. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, he's an intriguing player, Thaddeus Young. I mean, you look at his frame and his game. I mean, he seems like he'd be a small forward, but he's played at the power forward position for years now, and I think that's in part due to the way the game is played now in the NBA with stretch fours and spacing the floor. Thaddeus Young fits into that kind of game quite well.
The first one falls. He certainly can score at the power forward. Young has ability to space the floor and attack off the bounce. He's pretty special at that position.
Yeah, he really is. You know, he came into the league only after a year in college and has grown into a reliable scorer as a slasher and small ball four-man. So he's found and carved out a nice niche for himself.
He's perfect from the line this time. And at 6'7", 6'8", Thaddeus Young, definitely more a small ball power forward, but that seems to be the way the league is going these days.
Yeah, it is, and in spite of his ability to fit into that small ball mantra, he can get overpowered inside by the bigger forwards. He's quick off the dribble, an excellent left-handed slasher, and is capable of putting big numbers on the board when he gets it going.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Al Jefferson is now well known for his footwork, but he says he was a willing student when he first broke into the league. He said, when I got to Boston, I stole Paul Pierce's ball fake. In Minnesota, Tom Gugliotta used to kick my butt every day in practice with his turnaround jumper, so I stole that. Everyone I go against, if I like something they do, I steal it, put it in my own form. Kevin?
Imitation, the highest form of flattery. Thanks, D.A. And so it's Indiana with it after the basket by the Lakers. 6 to shoot. Brooks, the pass to Young. The 3 from George. And it's Ingram with the rebound.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Bucket is good. George has got 14 points.
And George really eats up opportunities to score inside because he's so creative in how many ways that he can score close to the basket.
Now, here is Russell. Here's Ingram, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Thaddeus Young.
And Brandon Ingram, a 5-star recruit out of Kinston High School. He helped them win 4 straight North Carolina championships, the first time that had happened in the state's history.
The Lakers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
And Ingram mentored and coached by former NBA great Jerry Stackhouse.
And I wonder if Stack was a little disappointed that Ingram didn't end up becoming a Tar Heel, instead choosing the arch rival and going to Duke. A one and done there. It certainly has worked out pretty well for the young fella.
And for the Lakers, 5 different head coaches now, counting interims, in the last 5 seasons. Not a bunch of stability on that bench.
Now, here's George. He's got 14. The baseline J off the mark. Lakers leading by 9. Pass to Russell. Dishes it to Ingram. Stolen by Seraphin. Here's George. And then George with the jam.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. And the Lakers also seeing some turmoil in the front office this offseason.
Yeah, you know, back in 2014, big promises were made about contending within 3 years. I mean, this is season 3, and the Lakers clearly a bit away from contention. This team looking for a new direction, hopefully one with some stability and consistency.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And here is Brooks. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Young outside. Unloads. That one a little long.
And he has slipped into a funk. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Here's Ingram. His 3-pointers off the mark. Pacers trail by 7. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Brooks outside. Clock at 6. Back to George. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Boy, the pick, and with that weak screen, I use that term loosely, he had nothing to spring him open. It was ineffective.
Screen by Russell. Shoots off the screen. Pacers with the rebound. George with the ball. He's got 16. Outside Teague. Now here's Seraphin. Outside George. From deep. That doesn't go either for George. Lakers leading by 7. Pass to the Prophet. Russell against Brooks. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Al Jefferson's checked in for Kevin Seraphin. O.J. Mayo, he's checked in for the Lakers. To the left wing, here's Redding, and that one is stuffed right through.
Just a beautiful read by the former Buckeye Russell. So gifted at making those decisions.
Pacers trail by 9. Teague kicks to George. Young in the corner. Lots of room. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Brooks kicks to George. Jefferson setting the pick for George. Goes up off the pick, and George with the stuff.
Really difficult to contain Paul George in these pick and roll sets because of his speed. I mean, that's one element that gives him a great advantage. He's really good at making decisions in tight spaces and in these pick and roll situations.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Now, here is George. He's got 18. Here's Brooks. There's the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Jefferson. That's tipped. Here's Redding, defended by George. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Boy, that looks good whenever Ingram rises for the jam. Flushing it home in the face of the opposition. Poster.
Young, a screen on Russell. Here's Brooks. He can't get it to go. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Here's Brooks, following the 3 by the Lakers. He feeds it to T. Back to Brooks. Jefferson inside. And it's good from the elbow. Jefferson's got 8.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
Back to Russell. Lakers working the ball around now. And it's sent back by George. Now here comes Teague leading the break. Brooks outside. The feed to Jefferson. George dishes to Young. And yes, it's good. Young's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Really good alertness from Young there, who was in perfect position on the catch and shoot.
Timeout called the Lakers.
You know, with the Pacers changing their style of play, going small ball last season, spacing the floor, it really gave Paul George the platform to have a career season. Had so many driving lanes and opportunities to create offensively, both for himself and his team.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Young. C.J. Miles comes in for George. And it's Ellison for Aaron Brooks. And again, the Lakers no good.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
And Paul George with career highs just about across the board last season.
You know, when they used to play with 2 bigs inside, it really made it tough to get into the lane. Now I think he's just got a lot more freedom offensively, and he's showing you everything in his book bag.
Here's the Prophet following the score by Indiana. There's the pick. 3-pointer. That's a foul called on the Prophet. That's his first foul. That's good, and that evens things out. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game. The Lakers making a switch here. Pacers trail by 9. Now T. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Screen by Jefferson. And it's Ellis penetrating. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Shot by Collins, no good. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Screen by Jefferson. Teague the pass to Ellis. Pulls it from the elbow. They get the rebound. Turner. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
Boy, how about the determination of Turner? I mean, he's a wrecking ball on the glass on both ends of the floor. Just doesn't give up on plays.
And here is Los Angeles now. 7-point differential. There's the dish to Collins. This one for three. Jeff Teague with the rebound.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they need to continue to press that advantage. They've got to get back to that. Don't go away from that. It's been working so well for them. Stay with it.
And there's the pass to Ohio. It's stolen by Jefferson. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Again, the miss by Ellis.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Pass to Cobb. Steps back and fires. Great D that time from T. Pacers trail by 7. Ellis kicks to Jefferson. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
One shot.
That free throw good from Al Jefferson. And the Pacers going with the smaller lineup too, but they've remained an elite team defensively. Guys, how have they done it?
Well, not so much about their shot blocking or rim protecting as it was in the past. More about their perimeter defense. One of the best in the league at forcing turnovers and defending the three-point shot. And ironically, despite all the pressure they apply, they do a good job of keeping the ball in front most times. Boy, he's really starting to get in the flow now. A nice groove. That's his second here in the quarter, after none in the first.
Screen by Ellis. Jefferson kicks to Miles. 6 on the shot clock. Just his first attempt. Shot is good and the Los Angeles leads cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Jeff Teague.
I don't know how Teague was able to hit that shot. Defender right on him, but still drains the jumper.
They set the pick. Here's Collins. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Yet another 3. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Lakers ahead. They're up by 8.
It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They have a solid 8-point lead. And we'll start with the big fella. Shaq, what'd you see from them out there?
You know what, Ernie? I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing that kind of contribution come from the others. Man, they look beautiful tonight.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Pacers.
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
Teague and Monte are the guard set. George and Young are the forwards. And it's Jefferson in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Now here's Ellis. Clock at 4. Indiana needs to get a shot off. On its way from Young for 2. Great positioning on the putback. And that's 13 points for Al Jefferson.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
The Pacers were a much improved team last season, and easy to see why with Paul George back in full health. But this is a team that was the number 1 seed in the East back in 2014. How do they get back, guys, to that level?
Well, guys, it's a whole new roster, a whole new style of play for them, so growing pains are inevitable. I thought getting to the playoffs, pushing the Raptors, to 7 games in the first round was a good step. Really hard to compare this team with the Hibbert and West teams that got to back-to-back conference finals. I mean, I think they need another difference maker alongside Paul George to continue to rise in the Eastern Conference.
Mayo hits them both.
And, you know, the lights-out shooting ability of Mayo causes defenders to scratch their heads, actually gives them headaches. I mean, he's a sweet shooter who feels comfortable pulling up from anywhere.
And stolen by Mayo. To the inside, Young with the steal. No good on the 3.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Screen by Ellis. Young dishes to T. Just 5 to shoot. Nice D from Russell. Lakers leading by 8. And here is Ingram. Outside Russell. There's the pick. It's Mayo on the wing. 16 feet away. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And George kicks to T. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And you look at Jeff Teague, an all-star in 2015, but he's not in that superstar category yet. What does he need to do to get to that level?
You know, it's not one thing. I mean, Teague is good, not great in a lot of areas, and I think he's solidified his place as a starting caliber point guard. I think with his athleticism, he could be an even better defender, which I think is an emphasis here with the Pacers.
I read somewhere Jeff Teague said that if he wasn't an NBA player, he'd be a battle rapper.
Well, that's a pretty unique answer, and I know he likes to battle when he's out on the floor. So Teague is also a big sneakerhead, as they're called, has a huge collection of those as well.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Russell against T. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Jeff Teague.
You know, a decent free throw shooter at this point in his career. D'Angelo has the natural stroke, I think, to become one of the league's best. Shoots it very fluidly and easily.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Russell.
And you know, D'Angelo Russell, a one-and-done player out of my alma mater, the Ohio State University, came into the NBA at only 19 years old, and there were questions about his maturity. He had some friction with teammates, and the coaching staff questioned his seriousness at times. I hope he can mature and grow into being a pro quickly because he's got tremendous talent.
And the big controversy for Russell, accidentally leaking personal information about his teammate. Things got pretty sticky out in Los Angeles.
Yeah, definitely a major misstep on the part of Russell, but he has to get right with his teammates now. And we've all done things that we regret. We'd like to have mulligans on, especially in our youth. So your hope is that he'll learn and grow from it and be able to move on. And a look here at how the Lakers ranked in the NBA last season. 11th in free throw percentage, 11th in fewest turnovers per game. And they closed out the season in the top half of the NBA in second chance points, but they were hoping to do better in that area, just didn't quite get it done.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Ingram. And the Lakers, with a young core of players, they take it back to basics for recovery. After every game, The players get chocolate milk.
Well, it's highly recommended as a recovery drink, guys. And they get a special version of the chocolate milk, though. Lower sugar, grass-fed. They say it's great for recovery. And you go back to Julius Randle, who broke his leg in his first game. They're motivated to get lots of calcium in the diet of the players.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from.
And every time he's pulled up from deep and let it fly, it's found a way to catch iron. Not sure if it is something with his release or the defense is bothering him on his threes, but I would expect him to attack the rim a bit just to kind of mix things up.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Ellis with it. Screen by Young. Feeds to Jefferson. Clock at 6. George passes to Jefferson. Goes back up and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
George having a fantastic game. 18 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw good from George.
You know, a lot of players grew up playing against older, bigger players. For Paul George, it was his older sister, Tiasha, who stands 6'4". She used to beat him up so badly on the court, it would bring him to tears. Wow. Turnabout is fair play, though. Younger brother is hooping at an all-star level now.
And you think about Paul George's amateur career, he was recruited to bigger schools, but he decided to go to Fresno State. He wanted that lead role.
And you still see that hunger for that lead role here in the NBA. He wants to be the alpha dog. He wants to take on the pressure and responsibility of being a franchise player. More importantly than wanting that responsibility and platform is making sure you put the work in to handle it. And I think he has done that, so he deserves the title. He's every bit the Pacers franchise player.
And the Pacers can't get it to go. Los Angeles leading by 11. Russell dishes to Ingram. Passes it to the Prophet. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Brooks kicks to Ellis. Here's the screen. George with the ball. Now guarded by Ingram. Screen by Ellis. Here's Young. That's tipped. Now here's Mayo. He's got 8. Lakers passing it around. Count that one. And that's 13 points for the Prophet. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
LA has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Ingram. And the Lakers get it back. Here's Hassel. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. Here's George. Allen passes to Brooks. Got it. Good job in the low post. Lakers leading by 13. They set the screen. Russell dishes to Mayo. From 13, Ellis with some nice D. Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Brooks outside. He kicks to Allen. Allen with the screen for Ellis. Deep 2 from Brooks. Brooks can't get that one to fall.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
I'll say, I mean, that's when you expect the defense to be tightening up, not backing off or backing up.
Some changes for Indiana. Seraphin comes in for Young, and it's C.J. Miles in for Ellis. Brooks against Russell. Pass to Seraphin. Back to Brooks. And Miles kicks to Seraphin. 5 to shoot. Deep 2 from Brooks. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Lakers leading by 15. The drive by Russell. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
And the Pacers can't get it to go.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Launches a 3, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell. Right now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see the teams that really knew how to clog the passing lanes last season. The Pacers 4th.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoyed playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
14 feet away, and there's George. That's good on the assist by Brooks. George has got 22.
And you know what? In George, I've seen a bit of a maturity come about in terms of him picking his spots in games. And that's evidence of a high basketball IQ and a comfort level with his role as leader on this team.
Here's Brooks after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. Now Brooks. Outside, George. He dishes it to Miles. From the top of the key. And it's Russell with the rebound. Russell's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass. Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's Redding. Screened by Russell. There's the pass to the Prophet. Here's Collins. Off target from outside. Pacers trail by 15. Brooks, the pass to George. Allen kicks to George. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. George has got 6 points in the quarter.
And one of the attributes about George that you really like is that Paul is a gamer. He's somebody who's got a great competitive spirit. He's used to being aggressively defended when he's down near the bucket, but it still doesn't keep him from scoring.
Turner's checked in for Indiana. Teague comes in for Brooks. Here's Silk. Here's the screen. Here's Hassel. Baseline J on the way. It's rebounded by Indiana. George has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Miles has got his 2nd basket.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Out to the right wing. And he converts the layup. And the Lakers lead by 13.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
The Pacers making a change here. Jefferson's checked in, and that one drops.
Oh, how pretty was that? Used the rim to protect the ball perfectly.
Pacers trail by 13, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 5th assist in this one. LA has gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the 3rd.
And, you know, for the Pacers, an interesting history. They've assembled 2 elite squads that both kind of self-destructed in 2004 and 2014. This franchise hoping they can finally build a roster to break through and win it all.
A rebound by Jefferson. Indiana's gotten off to a very slow start from 3-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Teague dishes to George. From deep. Gets a hand on it. Rebounded by Hassel. Lakers leading by 11. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Here's Collins. In for his 7th make in 13 tries. And those great teams of the Pacers past, Malice in the Palace, trailing them in 2004, that brawl leading to suspensions and distractions.
And then a decade later, guys, a team that secured the number 1 seed in the East stumbled down the stretch of immense finger-pointing and accusations. The Pacers dismantling that core and restarting with a new identity. We'll see if they can get back into that title contender conversation once again.
And the Lakers making a change here. Ingram's checked in. The Pacers have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
At 6'11" and 243 pounds, Turner is physically imposing. He's a big man, though, with a delicate shooting touch from outside.
Ohio buries the long-range jumper.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
No good on the free throw.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Monte Ellis, he's checked in for Indiana. And he sinks the second. We've got 22 seconds left in the 3rd. Here's Collins. He got it! That is one fantastic buzzer beater! Los Angeles leading by 15. So for the Lakers right now, we've got Mayo. Ingram is out there with the Prophet. Then it's Collins. And it's Ohio in at the 1. The 3 ball It's rebounded by Indiana. Young's got his third rebound on the night. Outside Teague. Kicks it to Turner. Inside. Got a piece of it. He used that pick to get in close. Ellis has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Pacers. Dishes it to Collins. Pass to the Prophet. Over to the left wing. Here's Ingram. They grab their own miss.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
That one is off.
And really, guys, I can't put a ceiling on Ingram. I mean, with his length and his shooting stroke and work ethic, this is a guy who I think has the potential to be truly great.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Russell's checked in. Good on the second free throw.
You know, the Lakers had never missed the playoffs in 3 consecutive seasons in franchise history until last season. Boy, this is a franchise that's clearly unaccustomed to losing basketball games.
Here's Turner. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Ellis has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Passes it to the Prophet. Mayo kicks to Collins. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. And the last time the Lakers had missed the playoffs in 2 consecutive seasons was 1976.
Well, up to 2013, the Lakers had only missed the playoffs 5 times total in the 65 years of the team's history. Now it's 3 seasons in a row for a franchise with so much very justified pride. It's got to be tough to handle and swallow.
Now here's Ellis. Outside Teague. Young for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
T kicks to Miles. Jumper off the screen. Again, Indiana.
And Miles is so smooth with his jumper. Every time it leaves his hands, you assume it's got a really good chance to go in.
Now, here is Russell. Outside Mayo. Fires the 3. Again, Mayo missing.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Ingram with the steal. And the shot goes in. Miles has got 4 this quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Mayo, that's good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
George is checked in for Indiana. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on Nate McMillan talking to his team. He was not happy with their shot selection, and he let them know about it. He said, we're taking low percentage shots, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, and work for those shots in the flow of the offense. Stay with the plan. We'll see if they can get it going.
Here's Russell, following the score by Miles Turner. And here's Russell. And it's Mayo, top of the key. Young with the steal. He feeds it to George. Ellis outside. Teague the pass to Ellis. Turner dishes to Young. Shot clock at 6. And there's the feed to Ellis. And again, it's Indiana.
And, the mid-range jump shot, that spot on the floor, I think is important in the game today. It's always helpful to have a guy like Ellis who can knock down that mid-range shot as well as he can.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
George sets a screen for T. Collins against George. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And the feeling with D'Angelo Russell in Lakerland is that he has all-star potential. Very confident, a lot of swagger. He embraces the big stage, and he has tremendous offensive skills.
And, Kevin, I would agree with all of that because we watched him in college. He's a very good shooter, really good pick-and-roll player. He's got an excellent IQ for the game at the offensive end. And because of all of that, I think he can be quite dangerous as an offensive player.
And so Teague gets 2 free throws.
You look at what Teague has done so far. He has 8 points and 6 assists.
And with the ball in his hands, he's made terrific passes, but also when he's gotten to the line, he's been consistent as well.
Yeah, I like that combination, guys. I mean, going to make your coach happy when you're getting it done in those areas, taking care of the ball, finding your teammates, and then knocking down free throws. Those are winning things.
He is raining threes here tonight, and he is going to continue to stay aggressive.
As he should. I mean, when you're having the kind of day he's having from long range, you're doing your team a disservice if you aren't shot hungry.
Now here's Mayo. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Offline with his 3. Guys, their comeback bid had better get started.
I don't know, guys. It's going to take a pretty big run to get back in this one.
Teague can't hit. The Lakers have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Here's Ingram. And it comes off the front of the rim.
He has yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
Turner and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Ingram kicks to Russell. There's the screen. Mayo with a screen for Russell. Launches it. The rebound by Young. Young's got rebound number 5 here tonight. On the wing, George. He's guarded by Collins. And Turner kicks to Ellis. Fires for 3. And Young with the basket on the assist from Monte Ellis. Ellis has got assist number 5 here tonight. Los Angeles leading by 9. Outside, Russell. Mayo with a screen on Ellis. Here's Ingram, and they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Ingram's got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Now here's Ellis. They set the pick. There's the dish to T. And too long on the shot. Lakers shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. No one near Mayo as he lets it go. The 3-pointer, no good. Outside, George. Outside, Teague. Feeds to Ellis. Down low, here's George. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. And it's now 26 points for Paul George.
How about the vision of Ellis? Nice job finding guys in their spots.
Ingram with it. Shot off the pick. Count it. And the Lakers lead by 12.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Young outside. George against Collins. And it's George missing. Lakers shooting 40% in the 4th. The 3. Here's the Prophet, defended by Young. And that one's good. Russell.
The mid-range game. And when guys have that, there's no question they can shoot, and this kid can shoot.
Teague against Russell. Outside Teague. He kicks it to George. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Paul George at the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
One of the things you like about Paul George is that he's really elevated his game each year he's been in the league. He's a go-to scorer. He's an outstanding defender. And he's excellent now as the leader of the team, really growing into that leadership role.
Al Jefferson's checked in for Turner. The captain's checked in for Los Angeles. And George drops them both.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Pass to Jefferson. It's deflected. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And Jefferson sends it back. Hassel's shot's good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And so here is Indiana, following the bucket by the Lakers. Ingram with the steal. Here's Mayo. The shot, no good. Ellis with some nice D. Pacers trail by 12. Here's Young. And again, it's Indiana.
Young is often overmatched because he's not as big as other power forwards, but he still finishes inside at a high rate.
Russell kicks to Ingram. Shot from free throw range. Jefferson with some nice D. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Outside, George. And Teague has it in the corner. From downtown, and it's Ingram with the rebound. Ingram's got 6 rebounds now in the game. The drive by Russell. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Attacking on the drive, and that's going to give Russell some free throws this time.
First free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Pacers trail by 12. Outside, George. Tries a 3. Rebounded by Hassel.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, we can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Russell kicks to Mayo. The tray. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And the perimeter shooting of Mayo is huge for this team. I mean, he has such a tremendous shot from downtown.
Teague the pass to George. Battles through traffic and lays it in. George has got 12 points here in the second half.
I mean, he was great in his last game. Clearly, he has not lost that love and feeling.
Yeah, you know, he's got stupendous spurt ability, Greg. I know you like that one, don't you? And those spurts tend to go on for a while with him.
Yeah, did you trademark spurt ability yet?
Yeah, I tried to, man, but it didn't get any life. Although I see a lot, and I hear a lot of guys using it, but they do give me credit for it.
1:31 left in the game. Russell dishes to Mayo. Mayo missing again. Pacers trail by 13. Outside Teague. Shoots from 12. And it's sent back by Russell.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Lakers.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up, and that was the case tonight for Russell. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
And the second free throw, good.
What a performance. Just look at the game for the Prophet. He's got 12 rebounds and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
And he's been standing tall when they needed him.
Outside Mayo. Screened by Russell. Now here's Mayo. 4 on the clock. From deep three-point range, here's the Prophet. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
One shot.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
And, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here for sure.
Here's Indiana now, trailing by 17. Now Brooks. Stolen away. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
The Prophet. He came out of the locker room at halftime with some nice shooting, going 3 for 3 to start the third quarter.
You talk about a dominant shooting performance. He had defenders draped all over him, and he never looked flustered, and he never looked confused, and his confidence was never shaken.
I'll tell you what, he was not one of the guys the fans thought they would beat them, but that's exactly what happened. He went out there and played the best game of his life, and it's the number one reason they're walking out of that building with a win.